Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for those who are watching this video. There is no live recording, so this is all recording, and I will do it for now. I guess you can see probably I'm my camping location, and I have tools that are not my typical tools. They're just so-called camping tools. I'm in a mystery location, and I'm going to tell you when I reach the destination. Currently, I'm in quarantine hotel, and I'm in the middle of my quarantine, and everything goes well, I will be able to go to my destination. And from there, I will share some videos. And for now, let's do it something very simple. I will provide a recording what we're going to draw today, right now, only the drawing part, but the theory will be edited as a file, as a text file. So I will not explain about Easter. Everybody knows about Easter. So what I selected from Easter is only one element. There's a lot of information about Easter, many issues, and I selected only one that resonated more than any other element, and probably is the most known. That's Easter egg. The Easter egg that we're going to draw a basket Easter eggs using some sacred geometry and a little bit imagination. Let's begin. So you know that my original plan went long time ago, and I was thinking about even a year ago. I wanted to do drawing on real eggs, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So as we always draw the mandala, let's find the center. So approximately. So you can use the ruler, diagonals, and this drawing you can begin drawing with a pencil like this, but I will not be able to, you will not be able to see if I use just a pencil mark. So that's why I'm drawing with a pen. And I found, typically I use my favorite Sharpie pens. But this time they didn't have them. So that store has gel pens. And they're 0.5 millimeters as well. And I found them even better. They produce nice, strong line, as you can see. And they're smooth paper. They glide so nicely. I really enjoy it. First, we'll draw the mandala. If you have the tool, like a compass, you're welcome to use it. If not, you can just use a plate of approximate size. And any size. Approximately this size. Some size on the paper. So it fits nicely on the paper. I say it's a central composition. And I also suggest drawing a smaller circle here in the middle. That will be inner size, maybe about 1 inch. Just 22 millimeters, about 1 inch, approximately. Believe me, I have them, and I draw the lines. It doesn't have to be precise, but you know, with my engineering background, I can't help it. This is the center. Vertical line. We need to divide this pie, it's a circle, into 8 equal parts. So we need to draw 2 more lines, diagonal lines. So the idea is that we're drawing the 8-pointed star. And I will show my sketch. Here's my sketch, which I plan to do. So you know what we're doing. So first we're constructing this drawing. So we need 2 diagonals on this circle. How we find it? You can use the ruler. And how to find it? We need approximately the same size. So I will calculate 8 centimeters, and I will draw construction line down. We need to draw the square. So I'm explaining how to do the diagonal precision. An 8 here. Here it is. Connect that line equidistant from those 2 axes and the central point. And I draw it through the center. Very strong. I hope you can see this line. And the same idea is here. Here's the line. We'll just continue to the top. On my drawing, it's 8 centimeters, but in your drawing, it could be any. Okay. There it is. And again, the center, I connect the center and the corner of that square. So we have 2 diagonals. We also need to find a central position here, but we may use the same. How we can use it? We can use a compass or just by eyesight. If you want to construct the star exactly, you need to find extra point here. And how to do this? So this small side, but you don't need to do that. The same size. It's like I'm using geometry, and this will be. So the connection on intersection, those 2 points, there will be the center line. Now that should give us. And again, I connect through the center those constructing lines. Center, those 2 arches that intersect, and the center of the circle. A little bit off, but it's not a problem. It's not, again, it's not a drafting class. No. But I like sacred geometry, and here we have divided the spy into parts. The next thing is okay. Let's look at my drawing again. We have so this in a circle. We can draw one more circle here, again by side, where they have the rays of this 8-pointed star. 8-pointed star is one of the well-known sacred geometry figures. And in a tradition that I'm drawing to, as a Slavic tradition, it's called Alatyr, which is one of the most important symbols in Slavic mythology. So that's why I'm using it. It's about creation, the universe. about, okay, let's look at about in the middle. I draw another circle. So I'm constructing my star. And now I can use the pen and I create connect. So that's because connecting here and here. Now I can use the hand, my hand drawing. Since they will be all neurographic lines, it's not a problem. You can connection. They don't have to be even. Here we are. We have our first star, the first figure. Now we'll place the eggs. And we'll start with the first one. And this one will locate them pointing this towards the center. So arc here. Here's my first egg. Here's my second egg. So they're pointing about this. You know, eggs are not perfect in the shape, but they're not identical. And I draw my eggs all around the circle. So this we have 8 eggs. 8 is a significant number. You can consider it like infinity. And now I also would like to mention, if you don't have a theme, please think about what are you drawing about. My specific case, I'm drawing it as my spiritual journey that I am on. It's not only theoretical, but also physical, as I am heading towards a spiritual retreat. That's will be my final destination. That's why I'm going to draw and dedicate this mandala, the eggs, as a symbol of the egg, as a symbol of new life, resurrection, a spring, youth, life, to this one purpose of being born like a chicken in the spring, to be born again, like a resurrection idea, a spiritual awakening. So that's my theme, and I'm going to decorate my eggs, 8 eggs, with the symbols I think might support me. I've selected various signs. I did research, and some of them combine well-known, some of them less known, and from different cultures, from different traditions. But if you're welcome to draw your own symbols, what feels right to you, what you feel close to, or just follow my prompt, my signs, if you find them interesting. So, and I will begin with the first one on the top of the circle, like following, just the following idea of like the hand of the clock. And I'll start, you may draw just with a pencil, begin with a pencil, your sketch, or you can start with a pen. I'm drawing with a pen so you can see better. I will also, at this point, I will erase the lines, construction lines. So my first sign that I'm going to call to support me is a spiral. The spiral is the universal symbol of movement, progression, consciousness, like expanding spiral, one of the most ancient symbols, but also the symbol that can be found plentiful in the universe and the earth. Neurographic line. It's also a very feminine sign. So it's my first egg is a spiral line. So I can take the line as it continues. And I'm using neurographic line right here. My first. So my first sign. Okay, we go with again. You can add extra lines. So my second sign. I will probably use the universal sign of yin and yang as a connection, as unity of the opposites. And I make it at the end a small circle, a wave, and a dots. So one part is light, another dark. So it will be dark, and I will populate it with the neurographic lines to indicate that it's the yin part, dark. And again, I can take the line. We'll work on the background lines. Everybody who knows NeuroGraphicArt, the background lines I will use later. So first, we're still working on the composition. Just a note for anybody who is doing, this is the first NeuroGraphicArt drawings. Please watch some of my videos where I explain how to draw the lines and how to do the rounding, the principle of rounding corners. So my next sign is also, I'm going to do a circle and I'm going to do something different. It could be a flower of life, and I'm thinking of placing the flower of life in the middle. So that's the sign, that's Slavic sign, Slavic mythology, is specifically similar, it looks similar to the flower of life. And it's a sign of Perun, god of the most known deities of the Slavic mythology. Is the ruler of the earth, the sky, and the water, the sea. So it's like this. 6. Center. Somewhat similar to the flower of life. 6. So it's more like a protection. I would like to place the flower of life inside, so I'll make it less similarity between the two. It's like 6 points. And you're welcome to do any of your signs that you find that resonate with you right now. I selected those ones who can reflect some of my ideas. Here's the sign of protection. And also the sign of hidden powers. But hidden power, protection that I call my help. It's another one is very known sign. It's more like for Celtic mythology, and it's called the triple spiral. Triskelion. It starts like this. and it rotates, and I go to the next one. This is a powerful sign that has many interpretations. For example, it can represent the present, past, and future, creation, preservation, and destruction. It could be the Holy Trinity, or 3 days of resurrection, before resurrection, if you can taking that Christian ideas. There are many, many others, like mother, father, and child. And our next sign is something similar. Again, I'm referring to Slavic mythology, and they have a goddess of love, beauty, and spring and summer, Lada. It's powerful, and this is called the Star of Lada. It's a square. You can think about like a square, like 4 different elements, the earth, and it has kind of a two narrow ovals. This is a very feminine symbol, and it was offered for, used to be worn only by women as a amulet, as a protection, and increase love and fertility, and anything to do with feminine qualities. Feminine power. So another sign is very well known. I'll start with a circle. It's the symbol of the earth, and also by some native Indians in different tribes is known like a medicine wheel. So divided by 4, and sometimes it included 4 dots here. My written transcript shows a little bit more explanation about each of the signs. So the sign of the earth, anything to do with the earth, with the power, with the support, and also balancing all the elements. Strange a little bit here, more triangular than others. And the next one that I would like to include is also a universal symbol that known as the Star of David, the hexagram, and this sacred symbol, made with 2 triangles overlapping equilateral triangles. Also has many, many meanings and many interpretations. Ancient symbol that could represent the feminine and masculine, could represent different powers and being earth and heaven, and where somewhere, and as human somewhere in between the earth and heaven. And the last one that I would like to include is the tree of life, a small tree of life that I still wanted to include here. And we're going this way. It's going to the roots and the branches. Again, a very well-known symbol, and it's so well-known that I don't need to tell anything about it. Everybody knows about the tree of life, and it's like a miniature newer tree that will grow inside of there. And I can take some of the branches and reach them outside. So then, so far I have 8 symbols that's supporting me. And as I said, I would like to include one of them is in the middle. It's the flower of life. Of course, I could build it using the compass again, but I will do it by hand. Using this circle, original circle that you can still see the circumference. Since everything is going to be drawn by hand, I will just include those 6 petals. And you can connect the closet here if you want, or just connect the X. There will be we can work on it. So far, so good. This will complete our composition. And now let's work on the lines, and rounding. Rounding again, you can do as much as you would like. And I start outlining my star. First, I will outline, convert all the straight lines to neurographic lines. It's a lot of triangles. I need power. I need a drive, so that I make them pointy, strong. So the lines, also lines radiating from the center. So also would like to do, instead of drawing just back and forth, I would like to, this is my core, and this is where my power comes. It comes from the center for now. Actually, what I'm thinking, it's not only that. I need to have power from outside coming to me as well. So that will be like a circle of transition, giving and receiving force and giving to people, like service. And of course, this is a mandala. I will outline my circle and turn it into a mandala. This pen is very nice gel pen. Unfortunately, since it stops writing when they find some substance, if any grease on paper, and I touched it by hand, of course, and a razor doesn't work as well. So I will use so this is a Sharpie pen. Also, I would like to use a my second exterior, like a mandala. I have inner boundary and then outer boundary. So now when I completed create our eggs, I keep on adding the lines, neurographic lines. And for example, I would like to populate those areas, to explore them. I don't know what they are, but I will draw a neurographic line exploring them. So they're not empty. So my consciousness comes into those areas. It could be ornament. If you want to draw something else, you feel like coloring it, it's up to you. It's only a suggestion what I'm doing. You create your own drawing that will reflect what you're doing. If you feel some discomfort, you can do even a small catharsis, outburst of emotional release in one of those. But I feel very peaceful, and I'll just continue drawing without any strong emotions. So overall, the drawing is in the mandala complete. I will use only just a stronger marker to outline my main element, the star. Once more, making it more prominent. The figure of the star that will lead me on my path. It will shine. Also the egg shapes. So now our drawing became more apparent. Overlapped the eggs. That's okay. Art and symbolic, everybody knows what we are doing. So with this composition, the figure is almost complete, the figure itself. Now I would like to work on the background. I can imagine like a connection. This outer boundary, it's like the skin. I'm drawing the lines connecting. Of course, I'm connected with my environment. Some of the connected from inside, outside. I'll take them from so those threads that connect me, like woven threads, that I'm part of this world. I use a thin marker, of course. Know the background lines. If you're thinking about various figures, you're welcome to include any figures. But since this drawing is so complex, I don't want to take attention. This is the center of my attention. So my attention on the mandala is the central figure. I don't want to take attention from it. by including various figures. I'm just showing how much I'm connecting it. That will be my point of connection. And I'm using they're like a similar to the algorithm for clarifying intention, just lines go outside and as far as you would like them to go. I never switched my left hand. Just use your intuition how you would like these lines to extend. So it's time to color. And I will probably use traditional 7 colors of chakra associated with chakra for the mandala, starting with the center. And the most important is the core is purple, violet for me in the middle. Lighter color. Just indicate these colors. Now with a dark blue continues. And then changing to a light blue. It's a level of throat Vishuddha chakra. So you don't have to color everything, just so at the beginning I just indicate my colors. And the green is going to heart chakra, level of force level. So I direct all my colors, my energy, my manifestation of energies outside, my action, and my core is inside, my essence, my spiritual essence. I still need to protect it. I will be protecting it. Beginning. It's now at level 3. Sorry. That's level is Manipura, those who know your chakra. Your chakra counting from the bottom. This is a preliminary drawing, and then orange. Smaller second chakra, Swadhisthana, those who know. It's more like activity, sexuality, if you want to mention that as well. Mostly associated with activity of the world, our emotions. Now that it's the root chakra is actually with the power of our and connection to the earth. I probably would like to make it stronger because I do have a not very strong connection to the earth. And women typically do have, but my connection is not as strong. So that's also health, physical activity. As with any traditional mandala, I can also ask myself how I would like the world face me, to meet me. You have an option either with the physical part, like more action, or more understanding and spiritual part. I would probably choose more gentle part. So they're meeting here the boundary between the inner and outer part. And this is only my ideas. You're welcome to select colors. My suggestion, you're welcome to select any color you want. If you want to use your the 5 elements or just intuition or any other system that you would like, or just colors you're coloring the book, it's okay. Most of you feel comfortable and will give you much strength, support, or make you feel relaxed. If I want to make it a little bit more purple, I can just add a little bit of blue on top of the pink. It changes into a nice lilac. It's a very good pencil. I don't even use it full strength. Stay indicating colors. It's a watercolor pencil. Maybe a little bit brighter. So it's in the color of the sun, the yellow, the color of the sun. The rays of my star more prominent. And I feel like maybe I need more blue colors. It just feels like too much red. Can add a little bit more green here. Here I will continue working. So I will continue working on my own with just to indicate the colors, because it can take some time and you can pause the video and work on your own as well. So as I complete this drawing, I would like to add just a few more elements and a few more powerful lines. So some field lines, and they will be radiating from the center. So again, if you aligning yourself with a power, with a universal power, Okay, so I will, one line is here. Radiating from the center. From the toward the tree as a symbol of growth, of development. And for symmetry, for this is a sign of triple spiral for now. This is my final drawing. As you can see, I applied more colors. I connected the line. Also, I would like to mention, if you're drawing, these figures have to be connected. The small drawings in every egg has to be connected to the membrane, you know, like the egg is connected, because in NeuroGraphicArt, all the elements have to be connected, so they're not floating on their own. My colors are more intense. I added more lines as well as outlined the figure, and I made this prominent field lines because I'm more important on focused on the process. The process is more important for me than the idea of the NeuroGraphicArt. If you want focused on the final result, that's, well, I wouldn't say that. Okay, they're both important for me, the final result and the process. But right now, the process is probably more important for me. Okay, so this is the final drawing, and I'm thankful for you attending or watching this video. And good luck with your drawing, and I see you next time.